every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
Good morning, guys. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you're watching from. Please like, subscribe, and share. Right, hit the subscribe button right here. Remember to check out this book, IPOB and Igbo Culture by yours faithfully, Martin Ifeanyi Chukwueze. All right, check it out. Thank you. On Amazon.com. It's right there. Check it out. So stick around. Let's have a good time. Delta monarch accused of murdering soldiers reported himself to the police. He denies the allegations. The Ovia of Ijaw Kingdom in the Uheli South local government area of Delta State, Clement Ikoro, surrendered himself to the authorities. He declared that he knows nothing about the heinous crime. He said he is surprised and he wants justice to prevail. Good morning and welcome to Political Views on Ebonade 103.5 FM. I am Martin Ifeanyi Chukwueze. Meanwhile, the president of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, said that he is yet to receive any letter issuing him a 7-day ultimatum to reverse the suspension of Senator Ningi. The senator president, also said that the senator representing the Bauchi Central still have the chance to appease his colleagues, who he accused of budget padding. On his return from Geneva, the Senate president said that it was a parliamentary decision and this will be amicably. He also wished the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu more prosperity on his birthday, but not for himself, but for Nigerians. A lot is happening, so let me bring you up to speed on the happenings on our political space this morning. The headlines. On our headlines this morning, Delta Assembly raises alarm over influx of northern youths. House of Representatives member rejoiced with Bola Tinubu at 72. Easter, Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps tasked residents to raise alarm over security breaches. I take it again. Easter, Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps tasked residents to raise alarm over security breaches. Okwama killing, monarch flown to Abuja for questioning. Easter, Tinubu, Makinde, Ganduje, others call for selfless service. Ijaw, not part of Biafra. Ijaw Youth Congress warns Simon Ekpa. Obi, Soludo, Oba, others for Senator Obi's book launch. Federal government postpones commencement of Port Harcourt. Details. Remember that you're tuned to Ebon at the 103.5 FM, and this is Political Views. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 08096661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we're live at Ebon at the 103.5 FM. Drop your comment on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. And the first story we have for you on this particular edition of Political Views is Delta Assembly raises alarm over influx of northern youth. Delta State House of Assembly, Otto Akpo, yesterday raised concern over the influx of northern youths who came in droves into the state without any place in mind to stay. Akpo raised the alarm during an interface with State Assembly correspondents just after the plenary, presided over by the Speaker, Emomo Timi Dennis Guo. Speaking on other issues, the Akpo condemned the lawlessness and violent nature of some Okada commercial motorcycle riders operating in the state's capital territory, stressing the need for those concerned to enforce the ban on Okada in the metropolis. He said these Okada riders came from a section of the country so violent, if they hit your vehicle, there will be a problem, and if you hit any of them, they will mob you even to death. They came in droves into the state without any place in mind to stay. They converge on uncompleted buildings. Most times, they turn the place into a criminal den. The Deputy Speaker noted that the sad development has raised a lot of public concerns, expressing belief that efforts are being made by the state government in collaboration with security agencies to check the ugly trend. Akpo, who is the chairman, House Committee on Legislative Compliance, expresses concern that there were so many people oriented please passed. Akpo, who is the chairman, House Committee on Legislative Compliance, expressed concern that there were so many people-oriented bills passed by the House and assented to by the governor that the public are not aware of. He said that no society thrives without rule of law, stressing that some recent developments in the state calls for more actions in the implementation of laws and resolutions passed by the State Assembly. The Deputy Speaker therefore called for stronger collaboration between the mass media and the House in publicizing activities of the state legislature. And the next story we have for you this morning, House of Representatives members rejoice with Bola Tinubu at 72. The members of House of Representatives have congratulated the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on the occasion of his 72nd birthday anniversary. A statement signed by his spokesman, Chairman, House Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Akin Rotimi Jr., reads, the Green Chamber joins President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's family, loved ones, and the entire Federation in celebrating this unique milestone, being his first as leader of the largest black population on Earth and the West African region, respectively. As one of the Nigeria's most notable political figures, the president's impactful contributions in over 3 decades through pro-democracy advocacy, legislative representation, and the enthronement of progressive politics remain a reference point in our journey of nation building. Assuming the office of president at a difficult time in our political history, the People's House salutes Asiwaju on this occasion for his display of courage and forthrightness, as well as humility and empathy in policy decisions and overall leadership of the Federation. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, said why it is his desire as a passionate leader that his birthday celebration should be low-key. It is also an attestation to his selfless leadership style, which we are all emulating. Abbas urges Nigerians to pray for the Tinubu-led administration and give him the maximum support to enable his renewed hope agenda come to fruition. Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives Benjamin Kallo recalled how President Tinubu has invested in people and institutions, irrespective of tribe or religion, to better the lot of the citizenry. Now that the people of Nigeria have collectively entrusted in your care the presidency and the fortunes of the country, your vision for a united country and a vital economy is being achieved. Kano added. Still on the current happenings in our political space this morning, but bordering on security. Easter, Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps tasked residents to raise alarm over security breaches. Oyo State Command of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps yesterday urged Oyo State residents to cooperate with the Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps personnel and promptly report any suspicious activities or security concerns to the nearest security agencies, disclosing that 2,500 officers have been deployed across the state. The state Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps Commandant Augustine Padunu said the deployment was a part of the proactive measure by the command to ensure the safety and security of citizens in Oyo State. Padunu disclosed this that the deployment is aimed towards safeguarding strategic locations, critical national assets, and infrastructure, as well as protect vulnerable citizens in and across the state, particularly across the strategic locations as a proactive measure to ensure the security of citizens during the Easter period. He pointed out that deployment of personnel to various key areas such as motor parks, churches, amusement centers, and critical infrastructure is part of the command's concerted efforts to proactively mitigate the potential cases of insurgency, kidnapping, and attacks on vulnerable citizens. Still on our political space this morning, Okwama killing. Monarch flown to Abuja for questioning. The OVA of Ewu Urobo in Uheri South Local Council, His Royal Majesty Clement Ikolo. 1. Allegedly involved in the gruesome killing of 17 military personnel in Okwama community has been flown to Defense Headquarters Abuja for further interrogations. The traditional ruler, who is among the suspects declared wanted last Thursday by Defense Headquarters, reportedly surrendered himself to the Delta State Police Command and was received by the Police Commissioner, Abino Wanda Olufemi, on Thursday evening. The military authorities were subsequently notified, following which the monarch was flown to Abuja yesterday morning. The suspect was escorted to the Asaba airport by the commanding officer, 63rd Brigade, the Nigerian Army, Asaba, and the Delta State Commissioner of Police and other senior military officers, accompanied by a combined team of military officers, police personnel, as well as his personal aides. Later, boarded Air Peace Airline, and the plane departed the tarmac of Asaba Airport around 9:10 a.m. 9, that is 10 minutes after 9 to a.m. And it says the Delta Police, State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Edate Bright, who confirmed the development, said the suspect has been handed over to the military authorities for further investigation. He said, yes, I can confirm to you that the wanted traditional ruler has been handed over to the military authorities. He is no longer for further investigation. He said, yes, I can confirm to you that the wanted traditional ruler has been handed over to the military authorities. He is no longer in our custody. The handover process was concluded this morning. Okwama and Urobo community in Uheli South Local Council is 40 communities under the rulership of the monarch in Ewu Urobo Kingdom. The monarch had been living in London, United Kingdom, before his selection and crowning as Ovie of Ewu Urobo Kingdom. He was presented with a staff of office by Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborowori in November last year and was purported to be away from his kingdom since his coronation ceremony following a legal tussle arising from his selection to the throne. Next story we have for you this morning. Easter, Tinubu, Makinde, Ganduje, others call for selfless service to nation. President Bola Tinubu yesterday commended Nigerians for their sacrifices in the past few months for the nation to be steered to the path of recovery and sustainable growth, assuring that their seeds of patience, which they have sown, are beginning to sprout and will in no time bring forth abundance of good fruits. President Tinubu, who joined the Christian faithful to commemorate Easter, a significant moment and a glorious celebration of the triumph of life over death, also extended greetings to Christians in Nigeria and around the world on the occasion, emphasizing love, sacrifice, and compassion as the patent themes of the solemn season. Wishing them the best, President Tinubu noted that the sacrifice of Jesus Christ for humanity is an emphatic lesson for leaders and all Nigerians to yield to selflessness and compassion and be steadfast in the pursuit of a united, peaceful, and prosperous nation. As Christians celebrate the victory of life over death as exemplified by the resurrection of Christ, President Tinubu, in a statement issued by his spokesperson, Ajuri Ngalale, further assured the citizens that Nigeria would triumph over its challenges as his administration remains firmly committed to this end. Sheyi Makinde yesterday also congratulated the Christian faithful in the state and across Nigeria on the occasion of the Easter festivity. Makinde, who congratulated Christians on witnessing another Easter season, urged them to use the special occasion to pray for Oyo State and Nigeria, as well as the leadership. According to the governor, it has become important to engage in more prayers and supplications for the country and the state amid current economic situations. He equally charged Christians to imbibe the lessons of love and sacrificial living taught through Jesus Christ's death and resurrection, saying it is important for Christians now more than ever before to put into practice the lessons and sacrificial living of Christ. The national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, has also facilitated with Nigerian Christians as they celebrate their year's Easter, urging them to pray for the unity, peace, and political prosperity of the country. In a statement signed by his chief press secretary, Edwin Olofu, Ganduje called on Christians to seize the opportunity of Easter holiday to reflect deeply on what more they need to do as a people to ensure that the current political security situation in the country turns around for a better Nigeria to be enjoyed by all citizens. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we're live at Ebonade 103.5 FM. Drop your comment on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. Still on the happenings on our political space this morning, Ijaw, not part of Biafra, Ijaw Youth Congress warns Simon Ekpa, the umbrella body of Ijaw Youth, the Ijaw Youth Council worldwide, has sounded a note of warning to Simon Ekpa and his group of Biafra agitators to stay clear of the Niger Delta, saying that the Ijaw people are not part of Biafra and will never be. The Ijaw Youth Council made the assertion in response to an online video on X Twitter by Simon F. in exile, claiming that Ijaws are part of Biafran state. In a statement on Friday by the national spokesman of Ijaw Youth Council, Ambassador Binabia Yerin Prince Will, the foremost Ijaw group, said the Ijaw people would not tolerate any other reckless comment about their people and territories belonging to Biafra. Prince Will said the attention of Ijaw Youth Council worldwide has been drawn to a strange video by one Simon Eba, who is from the eastern part of Nigeria, now masquerading as the leader of Biafra in exile. In the said video posted on X, he tried to establish Ijaw territories as part of his imaginary Biafra state. In the video, Eba expressed this point that Nigerian soldiers attacked his Biafra people and Biafra Republic. He was simply referring to the Okuama attack in Uhelisa local government area of Delta State on March 14, 2024, wherein 17 soldiers were killed, and the subsequent onslaught carried out by the military on Ibomotru and Perembri, Ijaw communities in Bayelsa State. And the next story we have for you this morning, Sanwo-Olu canvasses low interest rate for MSMEs to unlock growth. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has canvassed low interest rates for micro, small, and medium enterprises in the country to allow them access to financial support and thrive in their businesses. Sanwo-Olu spoke at a celebration of International Women's Day organized by the Ministry of Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade, and Investment in collaboration with the Women Entrepreneurs and Professional Development Network. It was themed Economic Inclusion of Women Entrepreneurs at the Grassroots Community level. According to the governor, only loans with single-digit interest rates can help unlock the growth of small businesses. He noted that MSMEs create the most jobs and therefore should be supported with low-interest funds to enable them to do more. The governor also promised promised that more women will be covered by the state's empowerment program to help them contribute to the growing economy. The governor also promised that more women will be covered by the state's empowerment programs to help them contribute to the growing economy. Sanwo-Olu, represented by the Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat, said the state is paying attention to women's empowerment and has upscaled efforts to provide capital, training, and network necessary to grow their businesses. Still on the stories making rounds of political space this morning, federal government postpones commencement of Port Harcourt rail operation to April. The Minister of Transportation, Sadu Akali, has postponed the date for the commencement of operation in the Port Harcourt Aba section of the Port Harcourt to Maiduguri railway line till April this year. The rail line, which was scheduled to begin full operation in March as announced by the Nigeria Railway Corporation, was shifted to April after the minister visited the Port Harcourt headquarters of the NRC yesterday. Speaking with journalists shortly after inspecting the reconstructed railway track, Akali expressed dismay over the postponement of the initial date, saying the contractor has committed to deliver the project in April. The minister also directed the contractor handling the project to ensure that the railway line is linked to both Port Harcourt and One ports. He said, "This is the second time I'm in Port Harcourt for the inspection of the rail line since I assumed office as the Minister of Transportation. They gave us March for commencement of operation, but I'm sure while they were doing the inspection, there were some observations, and because of the exigencies and technicalities of the work, it has been extended to April because today is already March. They have given us a definite commitment that by April, they will be able to put Port Harcourt to Aba into use. I'm not satisfied with the level of work done. But you know, when somebody has given you a deadline and the deadline didn't really work, of course, you will be dismayed. But if somebody promises you by March and can deliver in April, I think you can manage with that. Akali further noted that the President Tinubu-led federal government was serious and committed to the delivery of all ongoing projects across the country. And the next story we have for you this morning is Delta killings, oil theft induced violence. Responsible. His Royal Majesty King Bubare Dakuru of Epitam Kingdom and Chairman Bayelsa State Traditional Rulers Council, an alumnus of the Nigerian Defense Academy and United Kingdom trained the security expert in this, bared his mind on the Okuama tragic incident, crude oil theft in the Niger Delta and failed institutions fueling insecurity in the region. Nigerians are not being told the truth about what happened between Okuama and Okuluba, which is said to be overland. You know, back here in the Niger Delta, a mere boundary dispute will not lead to soldiers coming in. What has happened is what is called oil-induced violence. And if you look very well, you will see that there are some oil well around there, oil pipelines, oil routes. So that is what is happening. And this bit has to be told. Once you know that it is oil-induced violence, then you know what the real ticks are. So let's look at it from military end. Unfortunately, about 17 gallant military officers were killed and some guns are taken away by some persons. If you want to ask what has been going on behind the scenes, for the Joint Military Task Force has been here for more than 2 decades. The Joint Task Force is supposed to come out against kidnapping, pipeline vandalism, oil theft, and you will agree with me that all these have not been successfully dealt with. If you go to Port Harcourt prison, Yenegua prison, Kirikiri prison, or Kogi prison, you won't find any oil thief there, which means after more than 2 decades of national operation to stamp out crude oil theft, it has not been a success story. As a matter of fact, early last year, the production came down so low, but right now, they are trying to raise it up. He stated. And the next story we have for you this morning. Journalists condemn alleged attack on colleague by DSS in Ibadan. Journalists in Oyo State yesterday demanded justice for their colleague, Mr. Tony Daniel, a freelance journalist and former employee of 32 FM, who was allegedly brutally assaulted by DSS officers in Ibadan. The incident, which occurred at NMPC filling station near the State NUJ Press Center in Iyaganku, GRA yesterday, has sparked condemnation from the media community with calls for perpetrators to be identified and brought to justice. Daniel's harrowing ordeal unfolded around 9:30 a.m. when he was reportedly beaten by DSS officers, leaving him severely injured before he was rushed to the hospital for urgent medical attention. His colleagues, who were angry by the brazen attack on their fellow journalists, have united in a resounding chorus demanding swift and decisive action from the DSS headquarters to apprehend those responsible for the heinous act. Daniel recounts that the event that transpired at the NMPC station where a routine fuel purchase turned into a nightmare of brutality and intimidation at the hands of the DSS officers. Describing the traumatic experience of being assaulted and threatened with his life, he detailed the violent encounter that left him battered and his car damaged. He also narrated the excessive force and aggression exhibited by the alleged perpetrators. The disturbing account of Daniel's ordeal has led to his colleagues expressing solidarity and demanding accountability for the heinous assault on one of their own. The shocking brutality unleashed on Daniel has not only left him physically scared, but raised troubling questions about the conduct of security operatives entrusted with safeguarding the public. The heinous act came just 24 hours after First News editor Mr. Chegu Olatunji was released from the captivity of Defense Intelligence Agency, another security agency in the country. And the next story we have for you this morning, Obi Soludo Uba orders for Senator Obi's book launch today. Obi Soludo Uba orders for Senator Obi's book launch today. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukuma Soludo and a former governor and the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general elections, Peter Obi, will today unite once again in Oka, the state capital, at a book launch to honor former National Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Senator Ben Ndi Obi. They will gather at the ASU Secretariat Hall of the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka, with the three senators representing Anambra State in the Senate, Senators Ifeanyi Uba, Tony Nwoye, and Victor Ume, and others as special guests of honor at the public presentation of The Voice of the Prophet, a compendium of vintage speeches of Senator Obi. The book was put together by Senator Obi's former senior legislative advisor, Dr. Sebastian Anekwe, a senior lecturer in the Department of Political Science of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka, while chairman of the occasion will be Chief Clem Nwankwo, while the chief presenter launcher is Chief Clem Nwobo. Other co-chief launchers presenters will include Chief Obiora Okonkwo Dikora Idemmili, who is also the executive chairman of United Nigerian Air, and Ambassador Ozo Emeka Jude Agumadu, a well-known business executive, with a foreword by Professor Ken Nwoba, a professor of public and private law, international terrorism, and armed hostilities. The book is segmented into 9 chapters, covering deeply contemporary Nigerian politics. This includes the prevailing insecurities, infamous third-term agenda, and what Senator Obi described as a political exclusion game, tributes to great Nigerian leaders, and the menace of herdsmen, amongst other educating and exciting topics. Well, there you have it. The after the abduction of the editor of First News, Shegu Olatunji, after he regained his freedom, after 14 days in custody in captivity, news conference was held in Abuja. The Nigerian Guild of Editors, Nigerian Union of Journalists, and International Press condemned it in totality, calling on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to, protect the journalists in Nigeria. A lot is happening, but I think you should know that this time, Labour Party, the crisis in Labour Party is leading to the fact that obedience more options ahead of the 2027. With a lot of them saying that P2B came to actualize new Nigeria and not new party. What is your take on all of this? Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080 96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we are live at Ebonade 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. Call us now on 07034 459334 or 07045 592210. What is your take on all of this? Let's hear from you right about now. Hello. Yes, good morning, my brother. Take you, man. Okay, when you go on the Gabaniru, oh? Okay. Mm. Because everything kind of under investigation, you have to go. The traditional ruler of the community now, and kind of investigate and the entire thing. No MSc investigation. I must have properly hear you about it now. Mana, with it here we go so far. We can still talk about it still.
Somebody
okay.
And you know, to go back, you know, when people are about not the guy that was there, yeah, you can go to the not to go for $8 half. And then come up for us.
Yeah.
That's what we're making a road where we're getting out and do. And let you go near here. I think I can surprise Sana, not for that financial and then out of it, you're going to get it to somebody that I did. But then I did. If I do so hard at all. So this year, so now I will not get yours.
Okay.
So I'm going to get there and just
okay.
That's one. But what she go ya, well, up to this weekend. What I need to say now, the people that will not go, that just will make and the mother that I see, but no, they should but yeah, for the man. When you put the man in I don't support that. They will come back there. They think they will do it like that. You know, but they give away their comment.
Okay, I guess only the Kuku about oil theft induced violence. That is not oil or in a zoo you'll be a cause of the entire thing in the first place. No, bro, just one. No, go to no one and I give make sure you give pay attention. No oil well, this year bag as no what still matter oil.
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay.
They can relate you. How that one time the man at the hand.
Okay.
We have to hear something like that. You know, that of Abuna. Then was on 80 men, people down in the way for people, but on the Canadian, what is the bound? They use referendum. Whereby I can more than of the under 8 years. It's so that for now, we're one of the Barbara. So, in Nigeria, going to the joke. How better now, to man now, because I want to just look at if I have here, but I don't know. Yeah, put it said, I didn't know when I didn't make up another now. You don't know what in a minute. Now, and I'm just saying, when that from what works from our figure, 1,000 and 2 when you get up, wait away now about the man of it. I don't want to lose. Nobody knows you. Over there, not a copy of themselves. Nothing, no news, no any of anything. Not another. But I'm do.
Okay, now Nkamena Delta, Nkamena Niger Delta Kita, the Ijaw Youth Council now Echikwa Simon Epa warning about his comments in a describe the area as a Biafran state. What is your take on that? Okay.
What I'm defending is my land. Maybe I will have to go through. I think it belongs to or it belongs to them. If I like that, Fine. Ọ bụrụ na edika jide dị tọrọ isom na ọ na-ajala isom na ọ na-ajala ọ bụrụ na isom na ọ na-ajala ihe emetara adị m
no nsogbu arụ ma fa nwa na-akọ ọkwa fa nwe yọtago and how I get describe ya mba nsogbu arụ ka maka anyị nabatakwa ndị ọzọ o daalụ nsogbu arụ daalụ ka anyị nabata ndị ọzọ kịta o daalụ. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Obinna from Nnewi. Let's hear from you right about now. What do you have to say about all of this? 07034 459334 or 07045592210. What is your take? I don't know from you now. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, my brother.
Taking a one.
Can go on one. Okay, Gabaniru.
All right. Is it the Obama issue? I think that's kind of military. I think what military in India is okay because these are our Nigeria. You don't use force on them. They don't behave anyhow. How will you just go and kill officers?
Just like that.
Just like that. You will go force on them. They don't behave anyhow. How will you just go and kill officers?
Just like that.
Just like that. You will go
scot free.
It doesn't do. I think that's Obama should. They should let that community, the military barracks. Which take over that community and then the military barracks to remember those men that they killed. Next time, if any community kill military men, they will stay away from them. And this is a lesson for people that want trouble.
Okay.
If you see trouble, don't run. All right.
Okay.
My brother, God bless you.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, my brother. And I think what he's trying to tell us is that growing up, we know that military men, you don't cross. Once you see security men, you are supposed to acknowledge them, give respect at the end of the day, because when we do that, it's part of being patriotic at the end of the day. So I don't know what led to the fact that, okay, somebody had the thought in his mind to kill a military man. Anyway, let's hear from you right about now. Hello.
Hello, Martin.
Ototo, my sister. Keke men ototo. No. We thank God. Kabaniru.
Oh, can see all the Bataya and Delta. Nando Kwa.
Yeah.
Our Prime Minister wanted. Our partner was there, they have called Guru Gal, but that's how we jump. I don't know how
my sister network they were very poor. No, okay, what she has on a network, but we need to hear from you. Again, but move around. Can you get a better signal before we talk? Let's hear from you now. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. Keke man, no. Kabaniru.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
This is the cause, and this is the reason why some of us are not interested in the reports in Nigeria. Because of the way they handle the journalists. They brutalize them, they invest them, and they want them to say what the government wants them to say, not to say what the masses want to say. Because this has become a very big problem and a challenge in Nigeria. They always brutalize journalists. Like, for instance, it's not about that in media, if we about that in a conflict in one kind of aggression. For instance, it's not what we keep us as move as not HP. When all the government people they have a HP to the masses. So, and don't really regret in the journalists you go further. Yeah, and because of that, people are no longer interested in listening to them. So for that be a bygone, because those are one of the major problems I have in Nigeria that people don't intimidation too much. Then when the modern Normaka is to put the natural mass and the Kandika Akopania, everybody be away because some of that just they kill you and you kiss through journalists because I think no the I don't listen with it and ask more of my data.
Anyway,
I never remember that.
other example in your kita, or with example in your kita, something sitting at this practice journalism, but now you don't escalate issues. You know, you are very careful about the way you so that even if I have remember, you don't escalate it or just maybe for another place. You are the cabo ethics I go do they lie I jalo what now. And misguided persons na na security apparatus, but like ndị malo ihe na they don't disrespect journalists. Mano, if like some people, and when they're not the very trigger happy one, and then when they're not hot a lot, amongst mano with time, when a fish is out at the end of the day. So, yeah, I think in car and they were brutalized. I think by the time they started what they were doing, they didn't know he was a journalist. Family, they thought no, just any other person. They didn't know that he was a journalist. But in the journalists now condemn us so much. We're below first news editor. ML abducting at the end. On Kabezi, NUJ now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should do something in protecting journalists. I think that's the thing. But that it does not mean that if a journalist is there, that you shouldn't like people should not believe what the journal because now in case so far risk can it take to give you those news at the end of the day. More where they caught up in the entire thing at the end of the day. So that does not mean that you won't believe the journalists because none are there for self to get you that story. That's the thing. And it is not just about Nigeria, it is the third world. It is difficult in the third world. We all know, not just Nigeria, all over the third world, journalism is difficult. That was the thing. But continue.
Okay, yeah. And let me go to the and then you have
okay.
That's real.
Yes.
They never told the truth.
Okay.
Until they unveil the truth. And then people will not see the truth. And not the reason why these students were killed. Even though they are buried with a lot of the people, but that is not concerned.
Yeah, I think what we should pay attention is the fact that us in Ijaw Port Harcourt prison, Yenagua prison, Kirikiri prison, you won't see anybody there because of oil theft or noble oil tea. The way we did at the end of the day, I think that's where we are supposed to pay attention to. But the soldiers say, "But Mananya wana cause any look beyond just the land dispute because now oil will be involved."
Yeah, okay. Ijaw Congress, because of this person, even though it's two prisons, so what the who's going to do, actually have funding into, or even though that there are two people I made a friend that I had read. You can have not passed anything about them again.
Yeah.
They just tied matter, and that's the end. It is a very big problem. And the concern is just people, the people that are saying that they are not their friends.
Okay.
They have killed all those people, and how did they do it? Okay, yeah, so somebody was speaking from outside. They saw it as an illegal. But the man is talking from the right, let me put it, the right source, because he wanted to protect them.
Okay, I think they are speaking to him that he is not supposed to speak on their behalf. And he is not supposed to be speaking as if he is like sort of their leader. Yeah, they are trying to differentiate,
To speak on their behalf.
Their own people.
Okay, there's no problem.
Their own people in that locality that is with them, that can speak, authoritatively that yes, this is what is going on. That's what they are looking at.
Okay, there's no problem. Their own ideas.
Okay, no problem.
So I will not put much in this.
In that place, okay, no problem. Let's allow others now to come in. When you come back, we'll continue. Eh? Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's hear from you right about now. What do you have to say about this? Hello.
Hello, Naka.
Yes. Good morning. Welcome back.
How was it about the area?
How do you go clear? Kita gabani ruo. Yes.
And the intellectuals and the whatever name they call themselves.
But every association or society their spokesperson now and the spokesperson now man only represent on their behalf.
I nwere question. Odi ba dị na side ba ya. Ndị okenye kwuo okwu asa na ụmụ ntorobịa. Ọ dị na side nwe ebe ọ na-adịghị, nwe ebe ngwa na ngwuru adịghị. Ndị ahụ kwuo okwu a bụ ndị okenye, ndị ahụ na ndị ala adịghị mma uche na enwekwara mpaghara side ba ya. Na-alụ ka ọ sọrọ esi ha gara mọtu asịghị ndị ntorobịa si mọnụ ya otu abụghị ezi. Ọ ha nwa ndị kwuo okwu ahụ. The original Nojuro people when they throw the money back and talk and never say something like that. Of how much it is. On this room, I say, this is for me, you go and you connect with you. But somebody they like that, they on the one that I get participate and let me know what it is. Open I get it. So, here I have a group where, and I think I you are aware that under that I don't know whether was one from, but you are aware. Under that I cannot go inside their farm. We have to remove because of this headman and I see. The man went down our people before our no more idea with me when I get that. There's a you can't really that one about the name. If you're not name, I will go in our contact and they may have a lot of things. Now that's it about which I have put that. Let's die. We're full and I will put a young on the back of the house. The government can take the hand and which is important at that time. I know I'm about to go to the government Java. That's a young minute. If we are going to do the didn't give him chance to do anything not here.
Anyway, Governor or the panel governor in the video. Order up.
How to be in order. On those here, not the letter and the position how much you go on? We were 100 away there. Yeah, I could pay for that. I want to have you do it to people who are how I did it. How did you get those men and I go back to power? I do because I know I'm going to find a feed out that whatever. If they're not there, they'll put nothing. I'm getting that begging. It's not begging. Because of him, they're going to get in here. They want to get in here. They are going not went from Papa to Sunda. I won't let you consider it. You said the young hobo. You don't care how when they're one. Another money over. How much area? But I'll take it to them. I said, I need to put down here to have to move down there.
Anyway, Abiana nke na na-akwụ ụgwọ wele eje na farm and all of that. We can't mana nke anyị ekwudebe bụ nke police nke na-agba ndị police. We can remember na mgbe ndị police jelo, agba ndị police egbe at the time, a lot of people died and all nke a ka anyị ga-ejide nwa aka. Mana Abiana nke na enwere ebe fa na-akwụ ụgwọ, eje na farm. I can't really say no to akosu. I will go to All those are by because they know the kind of people we are. Don't keep it down. I told him maybe often I type it you can't name it. Don't let it try a little bit. I want to go to it here. No problem. We'll get to the root of it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We are also talking about the issue concerning the Delta Assembly raises alarm over influx of northern youths. What is your take on all of this? We need you now. Let's hear from you. Hello. Hello. Yes. Good morning. Okay. Yes, I wish you same. Gabaniru.
Out of my reaction to Uko, killing soldier and the havoc, yeah, I'm sorry for me.
Okay.
You see, my fellow, now our compound, now Kaduna State to be precise.
Okay.
I was 3 soldiers in our need. Baba Dinka from Kadara, Kaduna State. We have Baba Ikue from Demi. We have the young officer in brother Bayo, in Yoruba, who's in NDA there. Mati, the command respect.
Okay.
First of all, I'm going to go my junior secondary school and government secondary school pretty much fully inside Nigeria Defense Academy. It's there up to today. We actually affirm about the House of Nigeria to the Nigeria Defense Academy. My secondary school is inside there. Very, very respectful.
Okay.
So that I have people as concerned. I have a son as concerned from Delta or Bender. How about they are living there. It's a soldier. Because there, from one respect, you hardly see them much. Obiwana Oyibos na too much familiarity brings content.
IPOB.
The Nigerian soldiers of now, there is too much familiarity. They are in every nook and cranny, and they know that they are there for good. They don't play good. I don't even know if it is those soldiers I knew when we were in Kaduna that are the although there is infiltration, the army confirmed it. And they know to Mama.
Okay.
Listen, how about the Oklahoma? Can you not that I mean people can you see? That the people know so much drink day. All you have to scream it. All you have to scream it, not telling us to fight and telling us that they are not part of. Their name says, was a Tomat, Niger Delta, South South. I've ever my first city in geography, and geography in a secondary school. I'm going to mention that the South South and the latitude, South South with it. But some time ago, some people protested in a pollution, in airports, aero pollution, in their places, killing them. A lot of problems in Niger Delta. Can you even my representatives, na government, my dear governors, Mani Kita, they cannot tackle their problem. They cannot tackle their problem. Finally, this thing, Nigeria is smelling. Nigeria needs overall fire.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message. It's coming in from Agonabo. He's joining us from Ofa Aguluzibo, and he says, economic saga. Let me state here, is a welcome development, a welcome addition to the federal government of Nigeria, but let it reflect on commodities and the betterment of the country. But then the hardship and insecurities activity will stop in our country, because hunger and hardship contributes almost 90% of activities of criminalism in Nigeria. We are watching from afar our stance on this one. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Martin.
Welcome. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good.
Yes.
This is Pat.
Okay, Pat. It's been a while. Where have you been?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been really busy, so the country is not smiling at anybody.
No problem. Because let's hear from you now.
All right, I'll be brief and sweet.
Okay.
I want to touch this part where the Niger Delta stuff come in, and again, most importantly, where I want to hint on about the journalism.
Okay.
You know, the rights of journalism, like the journalists,
Yes.
their life,
the right of the journalists. Yeah.
The rights of the journalists.
Okay.
And now we all blame it on the third world stuff. Now, it is very, very funny that we initiate or we want to copy the very bad of what they call the development of some sort. Creating new states, wanting to be like America, of course, we all copy those ones. But do we really do the job? No, we don't. Now, journalism, they should have the right to operate.
Okay.
They'll be the one who tells us people out there to know what is going on. They are just like every other branch of governance. These are the people that they see. So some people will come and like sideline because they don't want them to bring out the stuff inside. Because these are the guys that will dig in to find where the linens are hung.
Yeah. The skeleton in the cupboards. Yeah.
They will say no.
Okay.
What are they hiding? If there is something they are not hiding, if they are told, they say who goes to it, you should go with fairness.
That's what it is.
Clean hands and honesty. So if you are truly honest, just like you make your manifesto before you got sworn into the office, what are you afraid of? What is that thing that you're running away from? Why will you oppress them? Now, these are signs and these are signals. Did you see what we did to this person? I am warning you that it's the other side that is preparing or gearing up to do the same thing this person did. You see, this is how the life will walk us down. This is how it goes down. Nobody will be bold enough to come out to want to do his job because these are jobs. These are the people that bring us the things we need to know. But now, I'm sorry that some are being fed. They tell them what to do, what to say. Some, they keep them on their payroll. So that now, if this country, if this nation, I just want to talk about this nation, I talk about Africa in general.
Okay.
If Africans cannot come out and stand independently to report or to bring out to the light so that the general masses will know what is going on behind us or the people who sit in office, the power belongs to the masses. And these are the things we all should know. And these are the things we all should advocate for. So that there will be a freedom for these journalists to operate. This is for the betterment of all of us.
Okay.
Now, I want to talk the part where batch journalism, whatever comes in, because I'm sure that's what they're pointing out, and that is why. Now, would you have to assault a man? Is it good for you to assault a man?
Anybody, it's not good. Yeah. It's not just a journalist, anybody at all.
No, anybody, that's where I'm coming from. Anybody. Now you tell me that people will not realize that you was a journalist, so are you serious?
No, I'm not saying, I'm trying to show you the state of mind of the people doing it in the first place. I'm not saying that they are right by saying, okay, they didn't know. I'm just trying to show you the state of mind. Yeah.
Like I'm taking my anger. You understand? You can't be the same that, okay, we have freedom of speech. We know that. As long as it's not a good speech.
Okay.
Now, it is very funny that somebody said some other time that some people are a circle on a dot, a dot on a circle. I mean, that is the height of the whole exercise, and that's the height of speech of ever. Like, if there were kings and like crowning speeches, that's why we have like 7 crowns on the head. And some other person will come out and say, I hate speech and this. But you're the one who's trying to hurt people from like, but you are the one reciting that. When another person talks, like, don't get problem. We're not really free. I don't want to talk about this country. I'm talking of Africa in general. Some part of Africa. We're not really free. Waiting 1, 2 months.
Okay. No problem.
Because we want to remain here.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Before I was just do the see.
Okay.
What we are doing today, it is not just for us now. I am asking, what legacy would we leave for our children coming as their forebears from this side? What legacy?
Okay.
Everybody, I think we should just come all together and make this nation great.
Okay. Let's allow us now to come in. Thank you so much, Park. Thank you for joining us this morning. Let's hear from you right about now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Welcome back.
Martin.
Good morning.
I come back.
Okay.
Martin, I just want to ask you a question. Am I going to buy a calling from a
Please go on.
Yeah. I think the question. I don't think that journalists are independent.
Yeah, of course, it is what it is.
But they are too much controlled by the by government, as if they are not even having their own rights.
No, the way it works is that journalists is supposed to work with the government in development, in bringing about development. So in one way or the other, the journalists and the government will always come together. Whether they like it or not, there will be something that must always bring them together. So that's just the thing.
Okay. Martin, I heard you say that some minister said that some of our were...
Yes. The influx of northern youths, the Delta Assembly is raising alarm about that. Influx of northern who will move from the north to left or east, just to make their lives better. So this might be the case because we are in Nigeria. In as much as we are talking about, what I think they are looking at, we must address is the attitude of these people that are coming in. That's just the major thing that he's looking at. The fact that most of them are Okada riders, and if they jam you, you are in trouble. If you jam them, you are also in trouble. Because they will mob you immediately. So I think that's what he's looking at, that attitude, and trying to understand the work they intend to do in their states. I think that's just where he's looking at.
That is exactly what I was advocating, because I just want to know what they are coming down to do. Either Okada or following car or doing farm. I got to know. But no matter what, because this senator also anything inside. You will not raise the alarm. There's a little problem here. There's a little problem. And they have to tackle it before it is too late. These people are coming. And when they come, this is the way these people are supposed to talk, not to talk about the member who is outside there doing German your work. This is the way they're supposed to do, what they're supposed to do. And this is exactly what these people have tried out. Mostly. Not to condemning someone outside there who is just talking about the land and not about people. Even if you talk about it, we should protect it. So, not to protect them in the act of bringing resources, you know that information is power. It's power. Yes, information is power. Giving such an information to the world will reduce the activities in that land. But they never knew. So, what I'm saying is that the man bring their land. Let these people take questions because our times there sometimes if you bring them here now, they will begin to do another thing. And our police are tired of some of the other things. So let's work together. Even if they did not tell us to we have decided to do so by ourselves. I just tell you why. Because only in the local
Thank you so much for joining us again, Agonabo. Thank you. Let's hear from you right about now. What do you have to say about this? Hello.
Hello, Martin.
Welcome back. How do you go clear?
Okay. Ihe nchọrọ ikwu maka ndị Ijaw youth si na ha achọghịzi ogologo akụkọ prime minista ebe na-etiri ha ọnụ n'ugwu a. Ọgwa agwa na-enye ha nsogbu enyi ọ dị kịta ka etu a igwe ha ji aka ya wee kpọrịpụ jebe Abuja. Ya dịka ndị wara akụghị ụka.
Manụ ị na-ekwu na-aga n'iru.
Ọ dị mma ụdị aha. Obi siri ike wee jebe oche na Naijiria wee ebe a na-eme ụdị ya ka ndị gwa ka ndị kli ya onwe m. Obodo ifuru na-agbaghara ndị Boko Haram 160,000.
But onye dị innocent of ọ bụrụ na ebo mmadụ ebubo na onwe gị sị na ebo n'ọgbakwa gị.
Mmadụ ebubo na village na ọma ije gbara ọnụ ya. Ọ bụrụ ndị Ijaw ebubo je gbara ọnụ ya. Mana ihe nke ọwụ na ndị a na-agbaghara ndị Boko Haram 160,000 last year. November, December ka eji gbaghara mmadụ 160,000. Ndị gbugoro mmadụ tụcha ebe ndị mmadụ ọkụ agbaghara ha. Anyị eji nwa ya ụkwakwa akwa yunifọm ndị a na-ebukọ ya ha yikọrọ. Ebe ha megharịkwara ihe agbawakpata ndị mmadụ ọkụ maka ọ dịgo ha n'ọbara. So ebe o ji aka ya wee si ebe ọ nọ bụrụ onwe deburu ya ha. Si were wee ete ndị ezi mejọ egwuregwu ya ji jiri sie ike ebe
I am and support like here then ya bụ ebe o ji aka je ebe o jijila aka ya submit onwe ya. Mba na ya akọwe ọfụma nne m okwu ikwuru adịrọ mma okwu nke ikwu kịta onye ji aka ya bịa i declare innocence ya. Ngwa biko kwuwe maka Ijaw youth my sister.
Ebe a site ise n'ala aka na ha nọkwa na ha wọ Biafra onwekwa onye na-ajọ ha onwe ndị na-amadụ ọgbụrị ọ na-ahazi eju na ha wọ Biafra ana Biafra nụrụ ihe agwụ akụkụ ha ka ha zuo ike ka anyị nwazuo ọzọ dị ka ibe bụrụ Tinubu mee 72 years ya.
Yes.
Wee sị ndị ihe ọ kọbere ọsị na ya mana anyị na-ata afọ kọntineri emere anyị ebere mmadụ ihe ọ kọrọ akọ ọchịchị APC ọyị onye so onye ọ na-agbalị ejiri ya.
Okay, Dalo, my sister, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Kind of very objective about we say someone Jackia where they said he did so and so he went to the authorities to clear his name. So what is wrong in that? Let's hear from you right about now. Hello. Yes, good morning. Okay, Gabaniru. Oh?
Good morning.
No.
You were alive on 1 month. After I went to on a long stop. What are you having over yesterday? The other people, the people who are about 4 stop, what you were doing, I'm with the clearly I want that. But what do I know now? The word from my own Nigeria now, Yemen and now also. Babalo or the better authority also. I said, then law abiding, what is from what is out? What any uncle, what any deal with you home with him now? Because you don't know what the law says. You don't know, I respect it. ihe ọbọda nwere ike ime mgbaba ọsọ so na a ga-atụbagodo.
Hello, Ikechukwu. Okay, it's no more. Please call back. Can again this conversation? Ikechukwu, let's hear from you, please. Hello.
Hello, Meka.
Yes, welcome. Good morning.
I was getting there.
Gabaniru.
Meka. I think you have a
okay.
You did not even wrong. One auto. But I the community all the house. You had a rough. But I never went on your. Yes, I know it. No matter. No irony. But no means. No more also. All we are not used to. So only we got a little here. Upon the here. Oh, we're right January. Upon one year can go through. You can remember. I went to no mother to not that ever. You can never see. Oh, when they go different home. You could say, I need to here, but also not that. The house net, already they do. One young nobody is on it was unfortunately. And what they hear is Japanese. I was to tell you, we couldn't done about it. When those have a dad, you don't know part of it. I did not net for you. Did you better? Only your brother, about a day of then I would number also the house net. But I never put it taken. Just to just his life and his wife.
Anyway, in his own defense, Anako one of the monarch will Obi London before that Chichi monarch. So there might be a situation whereby no on a London, before when attack. So Manoze, where Habas is the by today, tomorrow, I am Molopazia or Hedden and car. Okay.
You're not the kind of game that I was very in. But whatever, when I'm body, you make a need it. You get back, see how Canada. You and I are on the Canada. Although Nanda, you're going to not much to get by your pastor. I don't want to do a lot of things that you do. They don't like that. You get back a pastor, but it's very good. You get the brother, I think I'm not better. You will put you again. I was very reading when I'm about that. I never know what. I offered them to them and I had to die. After the Monday, I did the position away and they didn't just well, they can't go to it. Now I'm moving to the book of it. But I will have to look at the back to have to it. They didn't have another idea that a journalist cannot see. When it's a man, an journalist will depend on time. Because how you do the
anyway, or one of the hazards of the job, even in a school, I call no hazards of the job. No, I go to some days you are here. So I have even in war prone areas, they can have journalists on our follow sometimes, or they cut off even if they a war like in Linke, I affect to go Ketamana, Gaza. I go to a lot of things. Or even I just want to Haiti, you see that journalist is caught up in the crossfire as well. Yeah, so to
I line up the way this thing when I got divide and the other Western world now. And after that, I don't want to body there. Therefore, no one up with both Baha. Namu Bonia, Namu Boniala, and who made an op. Then I see her reader. So, but I book of medication, you will be record on this. And I'm both of my generation. I got the new Bonia Jota. The young men know that we were one. I said, I'm born, not born, not born. But the question goes to the major that I know I would come out to the how much I better that boy out there? How we were. You were supposed to evil. So then about it. Leave with the boy to evil, grateful, no display, display at the way I got a you are a pure evil man for the body.
Anyway, nke Sarah we were Abrugo, but anyway,
but the government again would say, I'm going to go and if I go about it, I say, yeah, going. So they just didn't get the idea. And why I didn't get him. Oh, yes, I'm not a very good one. igwe nwa onye na-achọ ka a nọrọ ya anyị gwerịkwa ndị ọzọ tu ndị nabata dị ya ọ na manwude nwa anyị
Kind of from Oyo, my brother. You shouldn't be talking like this. When no, you shouldn't be talking about the security that in that manner as well. I know it make it go your point, but you shouldn't be asking how many are there, the security and all of that, as if you are giving threats to our security apparatus, and it's not proper to do such thing on air here. Anyway, let's hear from you right about now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome. I know from off my up again. This up one of mine.
Oh, Casey. It's a move about.
Gabaniru.
You need a hundred one a man. No. Okay, go make a you know. This is the attack and come with it.
Okay.
It's 2014. Okay, yes, 2018 itself. I was for the back. You know.
Dalo one on one. Thank you so much, Dalo, for calling us.
Okay, I'm American.
So what one on one? I buy one and kind of no political views, kind of make it. I know from the Chalipamaka politics. Dalo, thank you so much for calling us, Dalo. Yes, let's hear from you right about now. What do you have to say about all of this? Hello. Hello. Yes, welcome back, my brother. Oh, Gabaniru. Yes. Gabaniru, sir.
Community. Now, in some medications now, I'm medically I wanted. On your medical partner. Papa, come with you, no matter. Stand down the Badana, the community, open your fire. Do that they walk, they have the rules of the now, any community organization from their beauty, traditional role of manner, you don't accommodate the people of questionable character like your community. We get they are moved to the law enforcement agents move over in this manner. All of them be the pieces, and I will get down, mother than that, and more fear. Maybe in Akia than I did before. The community members will provide problem once they like they have done. Just you can imagine. Now, people or people they go down like this and that become a in that we some kind something no about we get to them something no about we get to them but yes we feel about we get now.
I think the Nokia drop good statement since. The matter and all of that. Be fact, no, be in London could also be, the factor. Now, but thank you so much for joining us this morning and the 103 of 5 FM. Yes, it's a time when we get 5 FM. Yes, it's a time when we get to talk about the happenings. So that's the reason why it's very important that we get to talk about the happenings in our family in one way or the other. That's why we must do it, Monday, 3 o'clock to 11:30 a.m. So keep a date, and don't touch the dial of Ebon at the 103 of 5 FM. A lot of people AKZ have a beautiful weekend. And okay, guys, thank you. Like, subscribe, right? Hit the subscribe button right here. It's on Amazon.com, all right? Check it out. You're welcome. Dalo. Thank you. Salvation, holy place, Satan, man, God, like place, holy place, Satan.